I've tried to intro this about 20 times now, and I'm losing the will to live. Netflix book tag, tagged by AlffBooks. Let's move on. So the first one is recently watched, The Last Book You Read, and the last book I read was actually Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. This was a really good book, actually. I know it's very obviously for a younger audience than what I am, but I still found it really, really enjoyable. I love that kind of Greek mythology kind of thing it's got going on. It's got Greek mythology going on. While the writing style is quite young, I think that does help it in some ways, because Percy Jackson in the first book is 12 years old, so it is kind of... it helps. It helps. I liked it. Move on. The next one is top picks, books that have been recommended to me based on books I have previously read, and I'm going to go here with Let the Right One In by John Ajvide Lindqvist. I want to go with that. This one was recommended to me by my A-level English teacher. She knows that I like to read scary things. This is a scary book. I've only read a few pages of it so far, but I really, really enjoy it, and I can't wait to finish it. The next one is recently added, The Last Book You Bought, and the last book I bought was The Rules of Attraction by Bret Easton Ellis. This is the same bloke who wrote American Psycho, which I am currently reading, and I like that so far, so I'm hoping to really enjoy this. It's about a girl called Lauren who changes the man in her bed more often than she changes course. I like her. The next one is popular on Netflix, books that everyone's heard about, 2 you've read and 2 you haven't read. The first one I borrowed from my boyfriend at the time, which is The Fault in Our Stars. Now, I didn't like this book. There's just something about the way John Green writes that I just don't get on with. I didn't like the storyline very much, I didn't connect with the characters at all. It wasn't for me, and I'm sorry. The next one is the Maze Runner series. I absolutely adore the Maze Runner series, and to be honest, it's one of the best book-to-film adaptations I've ever seen. I'm really, really happy with how that's turned out. I just... oh... Newt. Now I actually have a physical copy of this book. This one is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Now we're on to the books that I haven't read. So this has been on my to-be-read pile for a very long time, and I'm going to take it on holiday with me and make sure that I get it read. And finally, a final book that I have no interest in reading is Looking for Alaska, because John Green, he's really put me off himself. He has... Next one is Comedies, a funny book. Now for this one I'm going with Miranda Hart's Is It Just Me? I absolutely loved this book. I love Miranda Hart as it is. I loved her sitcom, and I love her exercise DVD actually. Marac Attack, very fun. If you don't have it, get it. It's just Miranda. So when I picked this up, when it first came out, I really I just fell in love with it. She's just brilliant. Like, this had me laughing out loud on public transport. She's so clumsy and really honest and really funny, and just so eccentric. She's such an eccentric personality, but she makes you feel like she's exactly like you, which is what I like. So this one. Number 6 is dramas, a character who is a complete drama queen or king. Now for this one, I've gone with Victor Frankenstein. I don't get on with this character at all. I think the story of Frankenstein is brilliant. I don't like Victor. Like, throughout the whole book, he refuses to acknowledge that he is responsible for everything that's happened, and he just wanders through forests like, I am so tragic, oh woe is me, and he needs a slap. Oh my god. The next one is animated, books with cartoons on the cover. I didn't think I had any of these until I found My Horrible Histories books, which these are my entire childhood. These are fantastic. Watch It Again, a series you want to reread. For me, this is the Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz. I loved this series when I was going to say when I was a teenager. I'm still holding on to that final year. I'm still a teenager. But when I was a young teenager, let's say 13 or 14, I really fell in love with the character of Alex, and I just wanted to give him a hug. I loved him so much. Next is Documentaries, a non-fiction book you would recommend to everyone. I've gone down a slightly different route, and I've gone with Vagenda, a zero-tolerance guide to the media by Holly Baxter and Rhiannon Lucy Coslet. This is just about the history of women's magazines and how the media has influenced how women see themselves, and how it's always been a case of women, you need to be pretty, and this just smashes that out of the water. So number 10 is Action and Adventure, an action-packed book, and I've gone with the third book in the Alex Rider series, Skeleton Key by Anthony Horowitz. Surprise, surprise, seeing as he wrote the first one. It's been a long time since I read this, but I remember this one as being one of my favourites, because there's a bit where Alex is underwater and he's swimming through a load of caves, and it's just, I was holding my breath with him as he was underwater. Like, it had me on tenterhooks wanting to know if the poor lad was okay. It's just, I love this so much. Number 11 is New Releases, a new book that you can't wait to read, and I've gone with The Uncommoners by Jennifer Bell. This one is brand new in Waterstones, it only came out this year. I saw it on the buy one get one half price. As you can see, someone's very helpfully stuck on the front of my book. Final one is Tag Someone. I'm just going to go out on a limb and just tag everybody who watches this. If you do this because you've seen me do it, then please link me below to the ones that you do. I'd really like to watch them. So do that. If you want to. Live your life. It's me done, so if you want to stick around, you know what to click, and I'll see you next time.